Well, it's Easter, and I'm in my office, but I'm not on call or anything. And I'm musing on four things that have happened recently that are kind of encouraging and support an optimistic view of the world, I think. And, the answer to is the conduit working? If you inspire people, they may eventually follow you, and years later you encounter them again as a consequence of that. So, does that really have? Well, let's go back to uh, Thanksgiving Day, another major holiday. This is Easter, but Thanksgiving Day, U.S. Thanksgiving Day in November 1986. And unexplainably, I was not on call, but I went to my office at the hospital. I did notice how very quiet and dark the third floor of the pathology building at Johns Hopkins was. But I walked to my office and I was there only a short time before the phone rang. My goodness, who could be calling me on Thanksgiving Day? Yeah, and it was the Dean of Medicine here at the University of Alberta offering me the position of chair of pathology here. I had visited in September, and I guess the search and selection committee had met and decided to make an offer. Now, I have never been able to figure out whether he didn't realize it was Thanksgiving Day in the United States, or possibly he thought there was some likelihood that I'd actually be in my office and he didn't want to bother me at home. Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, the other funny thing about it is, in anticipation of this call, I had brought my trumpet to work. I didn't talk to anybody about this, but I rather thought that if I got the offer of the chairmanship here, that I would play something on the trumpet. But of course, now on a major holiday like that, with the whole pathology building seeming to be abandoned except for me, it didn't make any sense to do that. So you can think of the adverse consequences there could have been of me playing the trumpet. But anyway, that didn't happen. So today, again, a holiday, for the first time ever in my life, I encountered another faculty member here who is also not on call. And that's like the coolest thing. And we wished each other a happy Easter. Yeah, and that was kind of cool. But anyway, that's just one event. But let me tell you about the three others. So in 2017, I was doing discovery learning, small group teaching of a group of medical students. And I remember this one medical student, he seemed to have particular interest in kidney medicine, kidney pathology. Yeah. Anyway, it happens that years have gone by since that encounter he and I had and all the kidney subjects we talked about. But he's actually entering training in nephrology next year. Yeah. And so he's an internal medicine trainee right now with stated interest in kidney medicine, and he'll be a kidney medicine trainee next year. As far as I can remember, that's the first time that's ever happened. The other cool thing about it sort of sought me out, and we've had a lot of interaction recently, which is very nice. Okay, so does anything else like that happen? Well, I teach a course on technology and the future of medicine. And in 2018, there was a student in that course who did very well in the course, gave a very interesting final presentation and so on. And he got an A in the course. And later on, he asked me to write recommendations for medical school, which I did. And yeah, and now he is one of our incoming residents. Isn't that cool? In anatomical pathology. And yeah, it's really, really nice. Okay, that's the third event I want to tell you about that kind of shows that the conduit is working. And what's the fourth event? Well, recently, the current students in the Technology and Future of Medicine course um, approached me about creating a time capsule. This is not something I ever thought of them doing, but I'm opposed to it. So we set aside the last teaching session in the course this term to talk about this time capsule. And I was very, very pleased that they don't regard this as a one-off thing, that they regard this now that they have come up with this idea that it should take us basically 2.5 years to accumulate the stuff for the time capsule, that it creates a kind of partnership between the students within the course this term and the students in fall 2023 and winter and fall 2024, and then also winter 2025, because we decided this should be a 20-year time capsule to the year 2045, the predicted year. Of course, it could occur a lot sooner, of the technological singularity. And they pointed out there's that famous Time magazine cover showing the singularity and the date 2045. So why don't we go with that? So yeah, even if it occurs a lot sooner, 2045 is when the time capsule would be opened. They also identified the loft in our 4-car garage as the place where the time capsule should be. And also the division of labor, like how much is this class going to do? And yeah, so it sounds like they're going to do about a third of the total work of the time capsule, but kind of be leading and setting an example for the other students. And I must say that this like connection between the students in this unique course that is like a filter to identify out of the 40,000 students here at the U of A who is really interested in a long range future. You know, that's not very common interest. Yeah. So anyway, those 4 things happened, and I decided to make this video about it. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Yep.